Welcome to the Lost Caravan RPG.
A haven for the lost, the worn, and the wandering.
Whether you only need a place to rest your soul,
or looking for a brand new journey, we welcome you.
You are safe within our ranks, surrounded by the friends you have yet to meet.
Some of you may be new, eager to take your first steps in the shoes of a hero.
Others are veterans of a war fought through generations.
Having played dozens of characters
and rolled hundreds of dice.
Either way, we can promise you will find moments of adventure and heartbreak,
as well as moments of tears and laughter.
Countless noble tales have been spun around our campfire,
such as Pathfinder, Dungeons and Dragons, Lancer, and Locust.
We travel anywhere and everywhere,
exploring towering castles, desolate space stations, and haunted mansions.
We have a few rules if you decide to stay.
Treat each other with love, kindness, and acceptance.
We never judge on appearance, only on richness of character.
For as long as you ride with the caravan, you will never walk alone.
We work together to forge a better world for us, and for every traveler after we're gone.
So, take a seat, grab a drink, and listen to our tales.
When you're ready, we'll help you tell a tale of your own.
And welcome. We are the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one-shots, we do mini-campaigns, we do long-running campaigns. We don't know what burnout is. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. Today, for the second time, as it is tradition every single week, we're playing some more Lancer. A wonderful game about robots, explosions, politics, resources, corporations, expanse, and all that good stuff. But before we get into the meat and potatoes of it, I have just a few announcements. We are very much nearing the end of our Wonderland week, which is an entire week of games dedicated to the author, setting, and story of Alice in Wonderland. Each and every single day of this past week has been a different DM in a different TTRPG telling their own version of a story in Wonderland. Now, yesterday I got to run a fantastic game of Vanishing, where they hunted down the Jabberwocky. If you missed it, please do go check it out. The VOD is up on our Twitch. It was an amazing game. The crew, the cast and crew were fantastic. They told an amazing story together, so please do go check it out. And tomorrow, the actual Alice in Wonderland Day, we have 2 more games. In the morning, we have a game of Honey Heist, and then in the afternoon, we have a game of Call of Cthulhu. Both are going to be set some way, somehow in Wonderland. Highly recommend you come and check them out. They're going to be absolutely fantastic. The DMs and the cast have been working so hard. I am very excited. Right. We're here. We're today. We're good. I'm focused. I'm not at all tired. You're tired. The images that you see in front of you, they were made through HeroForge.com. Fantastic website where you can make hyper-customized miniature models, get them sent straight to your door. They are constantly adding new features. Like recently, they added the ability to hold cups. They added slings. They added dynamite. They added whips. They're adding new clothes, new species, new color palettes. You can even adjust the lighting on the models so that some spots are brighter than others. It is absolutely amazing. If that sounds like something that's up your alley for whenever the heck we can roll dice in person again, you can use the link there in chat to not only get cool stuff, but support us in the process. And we heckin' love you for it. Yeah, so other than that, the only thing is if you want to roll some dice with us in the future, the casting call for July is still up, but it is going to be up for a very limited amount of time. because holy damn did we have a lot of submissions for next month. Wow. Totally not at all hitting me right there in the old ego that the month that I pass off all of the DMing to guests, that's when we get the influx of people. No, not at all. I'm fine. I don't know what you're talking about. I can feel that glare you're giving me, Tessa.
It's not like we have an additional 10 games that we need to schedule. Get out.
But yes, seriously, you can find the casting call on our Twitter, or if you want, you can join our Discord. Link is down below and also in chat. It's where we hang out, where we post all our casting calls, our schedules, our cat pictures, and just generally be giant nerds. It's a fantastic place. Even if you don't want to roll dice with us, come hang out. We love having new people. I think that's it, right? Did I miss anything? No, I think we're good.
I don't think so.
All right. Why don't I kick up some music here? Right, there you are. And pass it over to the lovely cast I have here with me. Going from screen right to screen left. Why don't you introduce yourself, where you're playing, and then we'll kick this off, starting with Tessa.
Hi, I'm Tessa. I play Aurelia, call sign Cube, with her goblin and kid. One level in kid. I forgot what that level was for a second. Static soul, and we hack the universe. That's the goal here.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, part of it. Part of it, anyways.
The good part.
The rest is coming to light. Brilliant.
Moving on over.
Hi, I'm Zach. I'm playing Quillian. I am playing a license level 3 Baylor and license level 1 Zang. My whole mission is to give the world nice, cuddly hugs with as many nanites as possible.
Yeah, a noble goal, if I've ever heard one.
Everyone gets to be, part of the swarm. I accept everyone.
Part of the swarm, part of the crew. Anyways, with that horrible pirate impression, moving on over to Kyle.
Hey everybody, I play Xavier, call sign Pluto. I am piloting a license level 3 Lich, and currently one license level in, oh my goodness, I forgot. Oh, Morning Cloak. That's what I decided on.
Ooh.
And I don't believe I'm a Lancer any longer. I have now become a space-time wizard. So there's that.
Totally, yeah. Because who needs logic and reasoning? Not us.
No. That's why we pilot horse mechs.
And then last but not least, over to Jeff.
Wait, who was talking just now? I don't know who that person was.
A guest appearance, don't worry.
Guest appearance.
Yeah.
I play Jeff. No, I'm kidding. I play Willem. I'm Jeff. Call sign Kaiser. I play an Atlas, and I went one license into Pegasus for some good old fun. My guy's been through some stuff, was rescued by this gang of misfits, and I've joined them to get revenge.
Yeah, sounds about right. All right. Well, it's actually, music's a little extreme. Let's take it down just a few notches. As we go into just a little bit of backstory, with the three of you having returned from remission, having a few days of downtime to rest, to recuperate, let off some steam. You all gather up hunting down this information that you've been given from your contact at Horus. And when you go to collect Xavier, fourth member of your team, you find his room empty, as if no one has ever lived there. You ask around, no one knows who you're talking about. You ask your CO, he has no idea who you're talking about. In fact, there has never been a Xavier Lancer pilot aboard your ship. I think that was a session where we had some AI, some NHP shenanigans, where Quillian and Gluttony had a little bit of a standoff, but ended up on some more common ground, which is a good thing. You all inspected the Lich mech that was sitting in your engineering bay that belonged to no one. It was just a mech. Just an empty, non-claimed mech. Nothing weird about it. From there, you had your leave request approved, which you did not put in. You had your travel plans confirmed, which you did not schedule. And you had your stay at a off-the-charts, off-the-grid hotel / resort / corporate stay booked, which you didn't book. Thanks, Horace. And with all of that approved, you all departed. On the way, Aurelia receiving a encrypted message full of images of a rundown, more poor, I guess, for lack of a better term, planet. And not much of a message, I don't believe, attached to it. Like it said, we know?
Yep.
And that was it. You eventually reached your destination vacation, finding a mostly uninhabited mining planet with large habitation domes scattered around, as these facilities are meant to mine resources that provide power for nearby space stations, for other nearby planets, for ships that come through. A very profitable place to do business. But you were given the VIP treatment upon arrival. You have your run of the spa, the massage room, you have the pool, you have absolute luxurious apartments. This is as high class as you could ever ask for. Those of you that are more used to this kind of treatment felt at home. Willem, maybe less so. But regardless, you did your best to enjoy your stay and finally had your meeting with your Horus contact, who definitely has not given you their real name and probably never will. But they did go on to inform you that the Winters Corporation may not be as squeaky clean as all of you have been told, led to believe, all of the reports that you've been given, that they may be working on labor camps. They may be hosting prisoner vessels full of these convicts that you have been capturing for them. And these individuals are basically being sent to work. Very cheap, very effective labor. Of course, they did provide receipts. They gave you documentation, they gave you videos, they gave you pictures, and left you to do with that what you will. They also turned you over to the execs in the room, who were promised a team that could provide a solution to their problems. Their facilities here on the planet have been under a very quiet attack. Something keeps sabotaging certain supply lines, vehicles, mining structures, power lines. Something or someone doesn't want this to continue. They haven't been able to track who it is, so they wanted an outside perspective, which is you. With that, the three of you are sent back to your rooms, where you do have a guest waiting for you. Xavier, you're not sure why they left without you, but for whatever reason, you got back from the pool, back to the room. You knew everyone was talking about gathering for the meeting, and yet they left you. Xavier, in your time alone while you're waiting for them to get back, is there anything you'd like to do?
No, not really. Just, wonder why they didn't wait for me and, probably have a brief conversation with Persephone, because, that's what I want to do when, because I'm never really alone anymore.
Mm-hmm. With
so
Persephone's abilities.
NHP.
Mm-hmm. What does Persephone look like? I'm sorry, do you have the enhancement suite? I should ask first.
I do not.
Never mind. We do not see the physical manifestation of Persephone.
Nope.
So, with that in mind, the three of you return to the room to find Xavier.
I'll elbow whoever's nearest. You're seeing it, right? Like he's there.
Yep.
What do you mean I'm here?
Zach, you were very quiet for some reason.
I was leaning back in my chair. Apparently that conducted to good microphone. You weren't here.
Willem just like walks forward really close to Xavier and just like pokes him in the forehead. Okay, he's really there, guys.
You look at the cameras for the hotel. Did he come in with us?
Absolutely he did. Why wouldn't he?
Is there
I'd like to speak with Persephone, please.
Well, you stopped existing for a while. Only the three of us knew anything about you, and suddenly you're back.
Persephone, where have you been for the last 12 hours?
You have the enhancement suite, right?
Yes, I do.
So at this point, I would ask Xavier, what does Persephone look like in her OmniNet visage?
She looks like a young woman. I guess you could say picture Poison Ivy, but pleasant and very nice in all stretches of the imagination. She doesn't have a real mean bone in her body.
Oh.
Yeah. She doesn't have any bones in her body, but
yeah, Persephone would digitize there in the room, filling that physical space in the OmniNet, just looking at you with that very pleasant, not quite blank expression. What do you mean? I've been with you. Are you feeling all right?
No. you walked out of existence longer than a blip of time.
I have no recollection in my data of not existing.
Well, you wouldn't, because you didn't exist then.
I'm assuming if I go back and look at my search of Xavier, that all the information would pop up.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like it did the first time.
Oh. I mean, do you really think that we wouldn't have included you in the call? In the meeting?
I just thought you left early without me. That's all. I mean, I
Why
was taking a long swim in the pool, and I thought that I had lost track of time, and that I got back here and I realized what time it was, and I was like, well, why didn't anybody come get me? I mean,
you thought we were just like, fuck you, you can deal with the consequences of our actions.
no, I thought you had decided that I was being a scatterbrain and that the meeting was very important, and you therefore went without me. That's all.
Well, this is frustrating. She looks at the other two. He really wasn't here, right?
He wasn't here.
Despite what everything else is now pointing to.
Correct.
Alucard. Do
Yes?
you remember him not being here? I know that your Jada's a little snacked on.
No, Alucard would remember.
Remember him not being here, or remember him being here?
Being here.
Well, that's it. I quit.
Wait, so you're saying that none of you, I haven't been here, and that only you all actually remembered. But now that I'm here, everyone seems to be remembering that I existed.
Yes. The entire time.
Apparently, while you stopped existing, only we remembered, but now that you're back to existing, it's as if you never not existed previously. It's weird and I don't like it, and I wish you would stop.
Well, I mean, it's not the first time that I've had perceptions of alternate me's, I guess you could say. Anyways, what was the meeting about?
I hate how nonchalant you are about this. Please, someone, what was the meeting about? My brain.
I mean, really, you just put three license levels into Lich, and it all makes sense.
Basically, the meeting was about the company here is being sabotaged, and if it's an outside group, they want us to stop it, and if it's some of their employees, they want to know about it so that they can stop it. And then
Seems pretty straightforward. Seems pretty straightforward, but why did they bring us all the way out here to do it? I mean, missioned us ahead of time.
Oh, one, that's all happening here on this planet, and two, she will show him all of the pictures of all the planets and the things. Our forest contact says that the winters, well, I guess we're not in the private location that we were. Things are possibly not what they seem.
Mm-hmm. I see. Well, that definitely puts a damper on things, doesn't it?
We were
Quietly.
we were ultimately asked where we might draw the line.
Well, I think we know where we draw the line. I mean, we drew the line last time we were on a mission. I mean, I think if these images are true, and we have no reason to disbelieve them based on our own observations and inferences from other times, I think we know who hired the mercenaries, the bounty hunters who were there as well. And their particular method of performing their job would unfortunately well, it would play right in with all of this. The emotions to the glut of information.
And what?
So, do we know? Do we have an estimate on when the vessel that we acquired, that is ours, according to contracts, do we know when it's going to be ready?
New bear?
You were given like weeks up to probably 2 months, but by the time we get back, should be done.
So, well, with that information, I think it's probably safe to say that when we return and once we are fully transferred and in command of our vessel, we sever all ties. I mean, that's my opinion.
I think that's a little bit quick.
Does seem to be jumping the gun slightly.
Oh, how so?
Usually verification of data and all that. Anyone could tell us anything that something's going on, but if we don't verify, given bad information, it's kind of silly to act on it.
Hooper, correct me if I'm wrong, please. Was there not an undertone of we want inside information as well?
Oh yes, yeah, they're not totally selflessly helping you. They would actually love some dirt on the Winter's Core.
Yeah, so it wasn't quite a let's jump to us It was a let's help each other. And
so it wasn't a this is a horrible situation, and if you have any modicum of respect and ability left in you, you would leave it. It's more a we would like some additional information in return for our showing you the light.
And Ford, I think, I think that they want our help in possibly stopping. You know what? I'm just going. Is there? Oh, fuck! There's probably no recording of the meeting. Is there?
No, definitely not.
Of course not. Transcript?
Only what's your own system recorded.
I probably wouldn't have recorded anything because that would have seemed janky.
Nothing but static. What a good meeting.
It would have been, why are you recording this?
All right, so what I'm hearing is we go do this little task here on this world. When we get our ship, we determine which of these locations, and he motions once more to the glut of information. We verify which of these locations carries perhaps the best I don't know, server farm, encrypted database, logic uploads, OmniNet download, whatever. And we head there and we see whether the truth is true or not, and if it's true, then we get some information, and if it's not true, then we have something to come back on. But I don't think there's any sense in, I guess, dwelling on this now. Have other things to worry about.
Fair enough. Like you disappearing. That aside, we have the rest of the few days off. Or has he been gone a few days? Is this like right after the meeting, Hooper?
This is on your way back from the meeting.
Okay. We have like the weekend to relax. And then we are to go to work.
All
All paid. For the weekend, of course.
Oh, that's pleasant.
Speaking of work, you would all get the buzz of the intercom letting you know that you have mail to this room.
I'm joyous.
A small package would come out of the transportation tube that sends drinks, sends food, whatever you typically order here. Lands a small parcel of papers, documents, whatnot. And you'd find all access passes, you'd find security badges, you'd find, of course, fake authorized paperwork that would get you wherever you may need to go while you're on planet.
Oh, and see, I was about to ask if you'd brought the White King or not, but yes, this is a frame-free mission.
Oh, of course, all your mechs are here. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Not to say that you can't simply hop in your mechs and just blow this place to pieces, But if you wanted the more diplomatic rogue attempt at it, you have documentation.
Almost like they don't know us.
Horus is not known for their really showy missions.
That's why we're the best pick. No one would ever suspect that we're actually working.
I mean, honestly, I think Krill, I think you're the only one who really likes to go loud all the time. I mean, really, went loud last mission. I was a bit surprised, but can't say I blame her.
To be fair, I didn't try to blow it up. It just blew up on its own.
Oh, I wasn't talking about the mine. I was talking about when you attacked.
Yes. Anyways, we have the whole weekend. Yes. Julie's just gonna grab the paperwork, turn, and just leave. I'll look it over. I'll be back. Bye.
There would be
what about dinner?
A second package that comes down the chute. This one much larger.
Oh my.
After I check the package.
It is not ticking, thankfully.
That's good. Not ticking
really,
is good.
They really can't seem to hack those anyways.
As you start to unwrap the thin layer of parchment paper that wraps it, seeping through the cracks and tears in the paper is a very, very faint aura almost of this illusionary, this holographic display of stars, of various space clusters. And fully unwrapping it, inside is a large, fluffy plushie of a whale. Its body seems to have some mechanism inside that can transmit the digital display of your location in space around it, as if it were soaring through the cosmos on its own.
So it's a space whale.
It's a space whale.
Space whale. We are now in the terrible Star Trek movie.
Does it have a to from?
Does it?
Yes? Can we decide? Can we just say, yeah, there is?
It says to Aurelia.
Oh, well, I don't know what someone would send me. Is she like, you just watch her, she's like tucking it under her like arm as best as possible while like turning it on and like looking at it and like, well, I don't,
You realize that's almost as big as you are, right?
Yes. She like runs off.
Can't actually fit her arms all the way around it.
And you wonder why I used to have extra space in my cockpit all the time.
Okay.
Down the hallway, you just hear.
You're too high pitched. The mic doesn't pick it up.
It did not pick it up.
Which is all we hear of it.
Right? It's just so cute.
So
What we actually
fluffy.
heard was it. Ha,
Oh,
it.
it's just
The first
so
time.
cute.
Yep.
It come through.
It did.
time.
Yeah.
I came through the second time. I was just telling you what we heard the first time.
Oh, you're rude. I quit.
Can't quit. You're playing Lansing.
Also, the whale knows where you're at.
Definitely not a tracking device.
It's a tracking whale. Who cares?
Correction, it's a tracking space whale.
That's right.
It tracks your space whale.
Don't you shit talk my space whale.
So, with that in mind, you have the rest of the evening to yourselves, and then you have 3 whole days to conclude your investigations. Where would you like to start?
Our investigations or our relaxation?
Either one. Whatever you're up to first.
William's gonna chill in the hot tub with the best bourbon.
Sure.
Not the jet fuel. That's just what he can do.
Mm-hmm. Thankfully, thanks to time dilation, in a very short amount of time, you can get very, very nicely aged bourbon. Because that's how time works, apparently.
That's frighteningly interesting. It really is. It both makes sense and doesn't make sense all at the same time. I love it.
If I can get it for nice and cheap, I might get a barrel of two.
Everything here's free.
One for the Baylor, one for me.
Your entire stay is paid for.
One for the Baylor.
Yeah. Me and Gluttony about to get drunk as fuck.
Please not here.
Well,
I'll wait till we're on the ship because that's a better location.
Just in space.
Aurelia, with documentation in hand, what would you like to do?
This is before or after playing with my space whale?
During.
Phrasing.
Yeah. God damn it. Only phrasing for you. You sick fuck. I will look at the documentation, please.
Okay. From here, you have access to the main locations of concern, which is the Heritage Base, the Prometheus Base, and the Athena Base. I can put those in chat if you need.
Yes, please.
As soon as I can find the chat. There it is. Heritage, Prometheus, and Athena. These are different habitation colonies across the planets, and where vast majority of the attacks have been happening.
Do anything seem to link them together?
Lots links them together. The supply lines run from each, power runs from each. They share a lot of the same workers that kind of take shifts at different places.
Is it kind of obvious why these attacks are happening, or?
I guess that would depend. Do you have a theory?
I mean, not really, but it is a giant corporation, and I mean, we had to looking at all of the permissions and shit that we need to go anywhere. It seems like people might be on a bit of a lockdown.
Lockdown, no. It's just that there's a lot of areas that the general public does not generally have access to.
Okay, so they're like treated relatively well, like paid well, like all.
Oh, yes. The people that work here make a small fortune.
Okay. So it's not going to be related to treatment so much. Have there been any complaints recently from any of those 3 locations? Like going back a year or even 2?
On an official record basis? No.
Of course, they're not going to show those.
Of course not. But you have means of getting around the official records.
I do. I will use those.
Go for it. Well, you're hacking.
Oh, that's music volume. That's not what I was looking for. Hacking.
Yeah. Unofficially, and of course these reports are buried under so much red tape that they will never see the light of day, there have been a lot of outside complaints that these corporations are cutting corners, that the work that they're doing here is dangerous, reckless, and most of the execs know about it. But profit comes first. And of course, by the time they're done with this planet, it's not going to be a planet anymore. They're going to physically drain it of every resource they can and then destroy it.
Which for the people... I mean, the people working on it work with the...
Corporations, yep.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a fairly uninhabitable planet.
Is there like a particular group that keeps making these kind of, complaints, rallies?
What did you get for your roll? 16?
Yeah.
There is. It looks like all of these complaints are coming from very specific people. The same locations, the same names are attached to everything. So yeah.
By chance, does that name lead somewhere on this soon-to-be dead rock?
Sorry, I think I may have misspoke. The individuals themselves that are complaining don't have, like, a group name or anything. It just all boils down to the same individuals that are constantly making these complaints.
Gotcha. Okay. I will make a quick backpack for the space whale and strap it to my back, and then I will go find the rest of. I'll give him the evening. I'll let them rest up, and then bright and early, I will attack them with this information.
So we know that Quillian is at least enjoying the evening off. Aurelia probably putting in a little bit of work, but otherwise enjoying herself.
Hanging out with her space whale.
Yeah. Xavier, Willem. Sorry, Zach, I cut you off.
No, it's alright. I was just saying I have something else if, after everyone else goes.
Okay.
Xavier's actually going to go have, because of the nature of what we're about to be doing, Xavier's actually going to go have a subjective enhancement suite put in.
Yeah, absolutely. More than easy to do here. They have tech out the wazoo and are more than happy to bill it to the credit card on file.
Good for them.
Sucks to be them. Yeah, of course, with that, you would absolutely be able to have face-to-face conversations with Persephone, who, everywhere you go, is just over touching things, scanning things, picking up little bits and data that she can. Absolutely, curiosity killed the cat.
Ooh, what's that?
That's fun.
Ooh, what's that? What's that over there?
Like you pass by workers, and she just like goes up to them, scans their tags, and, like their entire work history on station pops up, and she just spends a minute or so going through each and every single one. Anything else?
No?
All right. Willem. At any point, does Willem relax?
With how it ended last week, I feel like Quillian and him... Well, Quillian was supposed to bring him to go somewhere and to relax, so I was thinking he was going to go with Quillian. And try to relax. As best as he can.
Hey, Quillian's good at breaking people into relaxing. How do you think Xavier learned to relax?
Oh, are they sharing swim time? That's adorable.
They share, not swear. I mean, they could be swearing too. But I figured it is Quillian. And being mercenary, I'm sure Willem swears quite a lot too. I figured they share some, some drinks as they pull out. So heavy drinking. But like good shit.
Of the good stuff, yeah.
Not jet fuel.
As I said, I'm drinking the good shit, not the jet fuel. You're welcome to the jet fuel if you want.
No. You were the jet fuel guy. I was like, that's swill.
And now Quillian's this is real good stuff. Alright. Two of you. Would you both consider this to be the downtime activity of get a damn drink?
Yes.
Sure.
Great! Would you both roll a d20, and if you have a trigger that you feel applies, add the trigger.
I'm gonna get a hold of something. I'm gonna try to get some of the best alcohol on this planet.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna do stay cool.
Perfect.
Because that requires concentration, dexterity, speed, or precision under pressure.
Perfect.
Oof.
It should be +2. Is it calculating +2?
Yep,
Yeah.
it sure did. Well, from top down, an 11 means that you gain either a good reputation, a friend, a useful item, or a convenient opportunity, and then you lose one of those things. Which would you like to gain and which would you like to lose? Quillian.
I'll gain a friend.
Aww. What would you like to lose?
Willem? I'm kidding.
God.
So, reputation, an item or a piece of information, or a convenient opportunity.
So I only get to, because I rolled less than 9, I only get to keep one thing, right?
Because you rolled less, you actually have a different choice. You get to keep one thing and lose the rest. You either get to keep your dignity, your possessions, or your memory.
You know what? I'm gonna keep my dignity.
Perfect.
Lose the memory. You don't need it.
I don't need to know what happened.
And possibly some of your gear the next morning you find has gone missing. No idea where it went.
Which one you want me to remove?
Whatever you think you would have lost.
Oh, I hate
I mean...
The pants.
See, that's the thing. Would I be like, would I don't know that I'd have my weapons or my armor on me while doing this shit.
Sure, yeah, makes sense to me.
I don't know that I'd have, man, I don't know. I'll lose the smart scope, I guess.
All right. You just put it down somewhere and it's just gone.
That makes sense.
Quillian, what's the one thing that you would like to lose?
So I got a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to choose memory, dignity, or whatever?
No, you lose either a good reputation, a useful item, or a convenient opportunity.
Probably a useful item.
Okay. We can absolutely say that your personal credentials at getting into places here are unfortunately no good. Your fake ID and your fake passwords and everything, they seem to have caught on to at least your codes and have scrubbed them from the system.
This couldn't have gone better for me.
And wait a minute.
Love this.
You said you gained a friend and you chose Willem?
No, he told me to lose something, and I said Willem.
Oh, okay.
You did choose gain a friend.
But it was a joke.
Who's your friend?
Someone in the cybersecurity team here, who just happened to be by on his weekend.
Sure. Met a very nice gentleman who stopped by, shared a few drinks with you on his way home from work. Absolutely. All right. Well, with that revelry had, the following morning, some of you may be feeling a little less under the weather than you would have liked. Aurelia, you are free to put out the call and gather everyone up.
You know, she's like busting into their rooms.
Quiet.
No, you quiet. We have work to do. I found some things out. And you look a little pale.
I don't remember anything.
Well, you still exist, so at least there's that. Look on the positive side. Get your shit. I'll bring the coffee. Or maybe more of whatever that is leaking all over the floor. Oh god, I hope that's alcohol. I'm gonna go wake up everybody else. I go to barge into Willem's room, and I stop and I listen. And do I hear anything moving?
Xavier's room?
Yeah. Sorry. Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. In which case, I barge into the room.
Xavier.
Good to see that you exist.
Very important question. Is Xavier wearing pants?
On his head, it helps him think.
Oh, he might be BRB.
Oh, well then I go barge into.
No, I forgot I was muted. Sorry. I was like, at this time of morning, no, Xavier does not have pants on.
Wonderful. I barge into your room.
He's sitting on his bed, lotus position, facing the door.
Glad to see that you. Oh.
Yes. Can I help you?
We have paperwork to look at. She like looks around. Are there pants or like anything on the floor around her? A sheet, a fucking shoe.
No.
A shoe.
He's a very tidy and organized individual. His stuff's not strewn all over the place. I think you're thinking he's Quillian again.
Yeah, how dare you?
So do you want me to get dressed while you're still in the room, or are you going to leave and I'll get dressed and meet you someplace?
You know what? For your sass, I'm not getting you coffee. Get dressed. She just turns on her heel and leaves.
Oh, that's fine. Persephone, would you make sure that when she places an order that I have a coffee as well?
Of course. Meanwhile, Persephone has created this, like, digi-structured corkboard of employees where they work and their schedules, and is, like, composing this whole roster of the people on this station. Which, of course, that you can see Alucard is just looking over, very interested. Like, the puppy that wants to go play, but keeps looking at the owner. Like, can I, I'm gonna go over there. I wanna go over there.
You want to go look at her corkboard of names?
Yeah.
You don't want to make the corkboard of who has been ruining stuff at the stations?
I can do both.
Well, I picture the corkboard that Persephone's putting together. I picture that as a baseline for what we'll be doing, over the next few days.
I'm happy to share.
I'm not talking to you, naked person. Fine, go play Alucard.
Persephone would kind of open up the space, almost like this digital bubble that opens a crack, and yeah, Alucard is welcomed in, and for a few moments they share data streams, and whatever information that Persephone has collected is transferred over to Alucard. And go ahead.
She's just kind of watching this display, and she's. I wonder if we need to let the Baylord out to play.
don't think that would be a good idea. It did not seem very restrained the last time that it was free to act.
But a pet without training will run amok. Perhaps it just needs some exercise or some. And then she goes to look at Xavier and, oh God, right, you're naked. Jesus. Okay, I'm out.
Quickly runs out of the room.
Alex, you know where to find me. Bye. Alright. She'll go to Quillian. Quillian, please tell me that you have clothes on, because I'm not opening this door unless you tell me yes.
You just hear snores.
What? Quillian? Damn it. Oh, okay. 1, 2, and she opens the door. Please tell me you have clothes on.
He has pants on.
Okay. She opens her eyes.
They're see-through.
I
Gotcha.
didn't say where he was wearing.
Didn't tell me they're made out of fishnet. Shit.
That's how they get you.
Okay, we have some stuff to go over. Let's go get coffee and breakfast, and go use one of their lovely little rooms, shall we?
Yep, I'll be there.
There you go. You're also a little pale.
I did more drinking than sleeping. Normally I'm okay with that, but...
But it's been rough.
It was so good. I drink a little more than I'm used to. It's fine, I'm not as bad off as William, I suppose. Did he make it back yet? Have you seen him?
And he was in his room.
Oh, that's good. He tried to surf in the hot tub with a waiter tray. It was fucking hilarious.
Alright, I'm just gonna go this way.
See you, and he looks at his wrist where a watch should be, but there's no watch. 15 minutes.
Fantastic. She'll just slowly shut the door.
Finger guns.
Alright.
She'll order the coffee as she's walking to the room. By the time they all get in the room, I imagine that she has like a presentation set out. Like
Coffee, donuts, croissants, the whole shebang, fruit. When
I'd like to order the box of Joe.
the IV of caffeine straight to the system. Yes.
Yeah, sounds like a number of corporate meetings I've been to.
She brings in nothing but my sponsored energy drinks.
Having eventually gathered some of you at a slower pace than others, you, of course, would be able to, set out this information that you've gathered, what you have on the official record for each of these stations, and would all be free to decide what to do next. To give you a bit of mechanical information here, each of these stations will take you about a day to get approved, visiting access, to get transportation over there, to do whatever investigation you need, and then returning back here for the evening. So it's really in what order you would like to visit these 3 stations.
I'm fine with doing it in the order they're written. Unless you guys want to do it in a different order.
Heritage, Prometheus, and Athena.
Does there seem to be any pattern in which they're hit, or is it pretty random?
It's pretty random.
What's the last one that's been hit?
Athena was the last one. That was a little over a month ago. To give you just a little bit of information, Heritage is mostly storage. It's where they keep the heavy machinery, vehicles. It's where they keep the heavy duty tools. It's where the mechanics and the engineers tend to spend most of their time. Prometheus is more gen pop. It's more where most of the workers spend their time. It's just the general tasks of maintenance, of paperwork, of setting up shipments. The incoming and outcoming of cargo goes through Prometheus. And Athena is more of a processing plant. So you have your pick.
If Athena was the last, and it's already been a month, makes sense to visit one of the other two. I feel like, anyways.
Well, considering the cork board from earlier, I think we should start with Prometheus.
Okay. I hear a vote. Go ahead.
I was about to say it would allow Persephone and Alucard to cross-reference things that would take us significantly longer to do, but that they seem to do fairly well naturally.
Natalie?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Julian's just picturing blowing everything up.
Willem is just picturing the objective because he wants that list of names.
Colian just sings to himself before every mission, I'm about to whoop somebody's ass.
Alright.
That's all that goes through his head.
Of course, you are approved on your travels. You're granted access. If you want to bring your mechs, that might take a little more convincing.
How about just one mech?
Okay.
I don't. It was just a question. I don't actually like. If we're gonna bring the mechs, we might as well bring all the mechs. I just feel like a mech is a nice. Even if we don't use them, it's a very nice show of strength, and may induce some fear, cause some people to do some things that they may not do.
Okay. Yeah. If you'd like to persuade them to give you one of the larger transportation vehicles that would give you the ability to haul around your mechs, make a check. Feel that you have a trigger that applies, go for it.
Got charm.
I have emotional damage. No. I mean,
we'll do this, or I will find your family.
You're right. I guess is Aurelia the one doing this? Is she the one talking?
I can get a hold of something, such as a large transport vessel.
Sure.
Yeah, go for it. Say,
Yeah,
I have
can
charm.
Yeah.
Or it's only
Can I
one, too.
also add charm to it?
It would be one or the other. And that's when you use does affect the outcome.
Why is it with fives? What is fives? Why fives?
Would you like some luck?
I'll luck myself. I got the points.
Go for it. Slightly better? Yeah.
What the hell?
They'd be willing to relinquish one of the larger transportation vehicles, like a semi, but 20 wheels and massive stainless steel frames. This thing weighing many tons, big enough for each of your mechs to fit in the back. Make a quick note here. The one is Prometheus, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. It's not a short ride by any means. You're driving across a mostly barren, mostly flat planet. You have to dig around multiple mining sites, and at each one you can see it's what was probably multi-millions of mana that went into each of these sites now is literally just a hole in the ground. You drive around them, eventually reaching the massive habitation dome known as Prometheus. On arrival at the checkpoint gate, you will receive communications to the inside of your vehicle. Yes. Hi. We got word that we had some visitors coming. Where can I direct you?
Well, clearly we would have discussed this beforehand. Where can we even... What is there even to go to, Hooper? I guess we just want to talk around? I don't know what we're doing.
100% up to you. If you like to talk around, they could point you towards like the main hub of employees. Want to talk to the leadership, they could get you scheduled an appointment. If you want to see, some of the like docking bay procedures, they could direct you there.
All the above.
I say we go to the main hub of employees. They're not going to follow a script.
Well, they might,
No.
but
not all.
Fair. I do also want to talk to the higher ups. So yeah, let's do set up an interview with the higher ups. In the meantime, we can go talk to the normal crew, and then if we could also like see the site of what was, because there was also a hit here, right?
Yeah, there's been multiple unofficial attacks here.
If we could see the sites of the attacks here too, and maybe like, I don't know, the first person on the scene or some shit like that.
Yeah, absolutely. They do offer to lend you an escort for your time here, so you don't get lost, so you can get around the station easily and quickly. Possibly so they can keep tabs on you.
Totally so they can keep tabs.
Oh, that's fine. Aurelia has brought all of the snacks that we didn't eat for breakfast. She is 100% going to butter them up with snacks and drinks and fucking mimosas.
Boy, he just pops his head out of the truck with a big ass croissant in his mouth. Thanks for the help.
So, to be clear, are you accepting the escort tag along or politely declining?
No, I'm fully accepting him.
Okay.
Arms open with bread and goodies.
Perfect.
But maybe one of us can distract him while we ask the pertinent questions.
Oh, I will be distracting the corporate peon. You have no need to worry about that. We're going to be talking about mechs and streams and what alcohols there are. It's going to be a great time. This poor fucker has no idea what's about to hit him.
You are, of course, signed one escort by the name of Avon Bailey. Definitely low on the rung of employee ranking here, but nonetheless seems knowledgeable and is eager to help you out.
How wrong did I get it? God damn it!
I misspelled it.
Oh, well, at least I got the last name wrong. Or, right. Damn, you know what I mean.
At least I got it wrong.
Pulling your massive truck into the parking garage, Avon would hop out, clipboard in hand. Alright. So, where to?
Chiron. Sharon, if anybody but us tries to open the back door, well, if anybody tries to access one of you without us present, notify me and pin them down.
You would just get that acknowledgement light.
It really goes, oh, that's a good idea. And she like turns, and it's like, you know, the Shiba dog, like the hands on the cheeks, and like, it's a good goblin. You know what to do.
Not at all phased or breaking that smile. Avon is just patiently waiting.
I take them and distract them in some sort of direction.
Yeah.
Mindless chatter. William's very good at that.
Well, that frees up the rest of you. You have the various sites of the attacks. You could search for, information from the various employees around the area. Kind of have free reign.
Willem would like to see the sites of the attack.
I agree with that.
Yeet. Yeet.
Yeah, I mean, specifically in this place, that would put you at the docking bays, where supplies have been coming and going. It's mostly been cleaned up now, but the unofficial reports show that multiple cargo vessels of supplies coming in were sabotaged, rigged to blow, and pretty badly injured, if not killed, handful of employees on the detonation triggering.
They didn't even care.
What?
But just that they didn't even care about hurting people.
No. Also, energy conduits had been sabotaged and are now under high security. The fuel lines that run from Athena to here were also sabotaged. You can see points where there are newer welds. Security cameras watch over the piping. There's just weird random areas where security is just extra heightened. Are you all looking for anything in particular?
I would like to see if it looks like if it was like someone who knew what they were doing, or they were just attacking
Oh, no, like,
randomly.
these points were specifically outside of standard patrols, outside of cameras. The explosion was timed perfectly with the bay doors opening, causing as much damage as it could. These were definitely intentional and very precise attacks.
Is there any particular tool usage on any of the sites that would be unique?
Not really. The tools that were used for this would have been got from one of these stations. So that means that they would have had access to said tools.
So would it kind of be indicative that it might be people who were working here?
It would have to be.
Okay. So an outsider couldn't have come and just done this. It looks like someone who's working here would have done this, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's telling.
And the work done, does it look like it could have been a one-person job, or is it looking like it was probably multiple people?
A small group at the bare minimum.
Okay. I'd like to go through the system. Just like, I'm assuming that they have to have some sort of like messaging system or something here, right?
Oh yeah.
Can I just go through it, see if there's any hidden channels, any hidden decrypted messages?
100% there are.
Just specifically relating like to the attacks and like anything that might be like a, you know, we're plotting Friday, Saturday night.
Let's see a hacking roll.
Yeah. Thank you, cat. Thank you.
I thought I heard Zoe.
Yeah.
Don't kitty.
Oh no, I am going to. That was bad kitty luck. So we're gonna good kitty luck if I can.
Oh, I guess I could. Could end.
There we go.
Much better.
Kitty.
There's nothing as out in the open as planning attack Friday 2 p.m. Be there or be square. Nothing quite like that. But there are certainly lots of underground channels between groups of employees, off the record chats that probably aren't as monitored as the main chats are. They all seem a little sus. Conversations that you don't want corporate to see all kind of tend to be a little sus.
Yeah.
But you are seeing at least a pair of names that pops up multiple times in these conversations. You are seeing the name Dora Bale. Close enough. And Henry Wyfrost.
It's Dora Bale. Adorable? No?
No H in that last name. Just Wyfrost. Yep.
Sorry, Zori's helping me with my mouse.
those names also pop up as having been the source of some complaints.
No.
Would these names also match some of the unofficial complaints that I found the other night?
Yes. Sorry, I literally just mentioned that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. You're
all up in my shit.
You're dealing with the cat. It's all good.
You know all about that.
I do. And I absolutely empathize.
She's taken over my mouse and half my keyboard.
While the three of you are digging, if you have any triggers that you feel would help keep you unnoticed, now would be the time to roll them. And if you don't, then just a flat d20. Because digging around at these sites might just be drawing a little bit of attention. Other than Quillian, you're fine. You're just having a nice chat.
Having soft tacos later.
Not a great start.
We're having hoop rolls.
Aurelia?
No, I have charm or stay cool. Get somewhere quickly. Word on the street.
Do you feel like any of those would fit trying to be stealthy?
Maybe get somewhere quickly?
Okay.
Like, maybe we can... Oh my god, sorry, you're not helping with my sound right now. She's laying on something, so it just makes the bling, bling, bling noise repeatedly. Okay, just laying that.
Yeah, go for it.
Hey, hold on.
Kitty.
She says hello in ones.
Cat knows binary. If you need, we can come back to your roll if your cat is being all up in your face.
You can roll for me if you would like. Just the
I can do
wait.
that.
I think I got a mouse. I think I got a mouse back.
Okay. It's at least one success. I'm going to fill in 2 parts of the clock. For suspicion.
That's fair. Can I send a message to Quillian to maybe ask about these 2 people and give him the names?
Absolutely.
I just got myself a reroll because for whatever reason I was on cooldown, which is funny.
Yeah, reroll
I
it.
meant to do it as I had meant to do it as soon as happened, but oh really? Come on!
Oh.
Technically higher.
Technically higher, yeah. Technically higher.
But yeah. Still marking out 2 pieces out of the clock. Quillian, you would get a list of names, a private communication from Aurelia. All the while, you and Avon are having a perfectly pleasant chat.
I was wondering, we've been doing a little bit of research, trying to, a little mission from your higher-ups. All hush-hush in that, you know how it is. Do you know where I might be able to find, these fine folk?
You're showing both Dora and Henry?
Yes.
Oh.
Saying them.
Yeah, well, Dora runs transportation, usually, real outspoken woman, very much not afraid to offend some people, which I think is why she hasn't had a promotion in a very long time, but that's just me. Henry.
Seems likely.
Why Frost? Name sounds familiar, but I don't think I've ever met him.
Does he work for Dora?
Oh, no one works for Dora. She's pretty much there at the bottom of the ladder.
Or with?
Oh, it's
for him?
Possible. The transportation workers, they're kind of all over the place.
I'll make a quick quote-unquote note and happen to send that back to Aurelia.
About this time, probably if she's done with deliveries. Oh, you probably missed her today. But as soon as she's done with deliveries, she heads back to the Heritage Dome. It's where they fill out all their reports, you know, paperwork, more paperwork. They do truck maintenance. You know.
He takes more notes, more accidental sends to Aurelia.
So, what's big secret mission you're working on?
Well, funny you should ask. It's a secret. It's nothing so exciting as number crunching. They're trying to figure out shrink and loss and revenue and.
Sounds like someone's getting fired.
Probably.
Well, at least it's not me.
There's always that. There's always that.
Anyways, so we should probably get back to the others. They kind of left him alone.
I will agree, and sort of knowing where they are, try to continue talking and walking sort of towards them, but still in the wrong direction.
Do you have a trigger that you feel would help you here?
Charm.
Yep, go for it. Very nice. Yeah. None the wiser. And I will not fill in a clock piece for that. So you would all have a little bit of extra time. If there's any final investigatory work you'd like to do here. We are in the Prometheus Station.
I got your back, guys.
Nice.
I mean, I'm just letting Persephone do her thing and wander around and scan people because that's always good.
Yeah, absolutely. Very much just pops up behind people. Anyone that could see into the OmniNet and could see a borderline rogue NHP just getting up into people's faces and like reading their data and then disappearing and moving on to the next one. It would kind of look like a horrifying sight.
If only they could see it.
Yep.
What a shame that they can't.
Most people don't go around with a constantly active enhancement suite on.
Well, maybe they should, huh? You ever think about that?
Maybe they shouldn't. It makes our job harder. Shut up.
So yeah, any final investigatory work you three would like to do?
Well, I think we were gonna attempt to talk to some people if we could.
Sure.
One of them is in a different site.
Yeah, I just but we don't know where the other one is.
Yeah. This was scarier than I meant for it to be.
Was he? I can't get it anymore. Was he speaking to any of the other names, or was it mainly just him and her?
Those are the two that came up the most. That seemed to be the common denominator.
So there was no other name that he spoke to on a regular basis?
I mean, they spoke to dozens of other people.
Oh, okay. You know, sometimes you get that buddy or that, you know, coworker that you're like, God, can you cover my shift?
Either of them ever talked to Avon?
Dora has. Mostly on like, hey, you're running behind on this route. We need you to go here next. Mostly just on the official capacity.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if she's out and about, that's real good. Sabotage time.
Sabotage.
Yeah, I really will just try and look super official. You know, with her little arm suite, her arm pad, and just approaching a couple of people and just, excuse me, do you know where I can find Mr. I have his name written down right here that I didn't just forget. Mr. Bifrost, Mr. Henry Bifrost.
The consensus you would get from asking around is that occasionally people find the last name familiar, but no one knows who the individual is. No one's actually met him.
Is there anything on the records for him?
Yeah, outstanding employee, very much polar opposite of Dora, set for promotion, set to possibly join the corporate rank, leaving the manual labor profession behind. A+ in all categories.
What's he supposed to work out of?
He works admin.
He works what?
Admin.
No, what station? Sorry. Like, Athena, Prometheus.
Oh, here, in Prometheus.
But no one's ever seen him.
No, they know the name, though.
Does admin have a section here?
Yes and no. This is where a lot of the paperwork goes through, permits, things like that. You certainly could spend the last little bit of your day hunting through the different admin sections.
Well, just to see if he's on site. I mean, his record should say if he's on site or not, right?
They would, yeah. He currently is not. He's officially on the clock, and you would find oddly conflicting reports of, yes, working not on station, clocked in, clocked out, just a very odd array of timestamps.
I'll record those, and then can I look back and see if those match his same, for the other days that were attacked here? Did he do a similar
his schedule seems pretty consistently odd throughout the entirety of his career.
Okay.
But
Go
ahead.
Is this the kind of place where like paychecks actually happen? Like, does somebody authorize pay?
Oh, yeah.
Does
Mhm.
Okay. Is it the kind of place that like like there's a literal company store?
Yes, 100%.
Excellent. Might I suggest, my dear Cube, that we you point your directions at, instead of trying to find the man himself, find what he's supposed to be doing. As in, does he sign paychecks? Does he sign time off requests? Does he sign... Because everybody seems to recognize the name, but nobody seems to know the name. Which tells me that people see it or interact with it, but in such a either very common or very low standing in their own minds kind of interaction.
What's the record say? Whoa.
He handles mostly things like permits and licensing.
Seems to be permits and licensing.
You mean like the kind of things that allow people to, I don't know, acquire certain chemical compositions that could be used to, per se, while individual are innocuous, but together could be combined to make very dangerous explosives, which could therefore be loaded onto a truck that happens to, I don't know, have a central location that they all come from?
I don't know. Does he give out that kind of permission ever?
There does not seem to be a limit. If someone needs access to something, he seems to be able to sign off on it.
Well, he is a very dangerous man.
Like a Willy Wonka of travel, really.
Yeah.
I actually pull up my own permits that we've been granted to be here. Who signed off on them?
Each of you has a different official name that signed off on them, all clearly fake. Any digging at all would show that these are not real authorizations.
Okay, good. Makes me feel at least a little bit better.
All right. If that's it, end of your investigation here?
I think so. Can I pull up Dora's schedule for today, her route?
Yeah. She was running supplies over to Athena for processing. Once there was helping to unload the last batch of cargo that they had shipping planetside. Is due to be there for a vast majority of the day, and then return to Heritage for maintenance, for paperwork, and then go home.
And so she should still be coming back for maintenance then.
By now, and by the time you would reach Heritage, she should be gone.
Okay. Oh, right, because on Heritage. Duh, we're on Prometheus. Sorry.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, if you're in the US, it's like a state over. The The different domes are spaced out, not too far, but at least it's a couple hours of driving.
Which state? A New England state? A Midwest state?
By the fact that it's only a couple hours, probably New England area.
Gotcha.
If you're Midwest, that's like 12 hours in between. 12 to 16 hours.
Well, you said it's a state away. I'm like, that doesn't narrow it down.
Yeah, I say we call it in, and I'll look to the other two and just perhaps we should go straight to Heritage and catch her in the morning.
Sounds
Do they even have places? Do they even have places for us to stay overnight at Heritage?
Oh no. You've slept in a mech before.
You probably are going to raise a bit more suspicion if you don't return to your rooms tonight.
Oh, fine. What's her schedule for tomorrow?
Burning that midnight oil.
You are you're definitely able to catch her before she goes on her route, but we are talking early. Like hours before sunrise.
Well, maybe we go to bed early tonight.
Alright.
We don't even necessarily have to catch her at like the beginning, as long as we have her route for tomorrow.
Yeah.
As long as she doesn't go completely rogue, we can stop her part way in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give her a little surprise.
Surprise missiles, go! Alright. Yeah, if that is the end of your investigation here, Haven would be more than happy to walk you back to the entrance and bid you farewell as you take your massive semi-truck out of the parking lot and head back towards the visitor center. I think that is a fantastic place for us to stop, take a break, give everyone a chance to stretch your legs, grab a drink, do whatever it is you gotta do. And in just a little bit, we will be right back. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to the Lost Caravan RPG.
A haven for the lost, the worn, and the wandering.
Whether you only need a place to rest your soul,
or looking for a brand new journey, we welcome you.
You are safe within our ranks, surrounded by the friends you have yet to meet.
Some of you may be new, eager to take your first steps in the shoes of a hero.
Others are veterans of a war fought through generations.
Having played dozens of characters
and rolled hundreds of dice.
Either way, we can promise you will find moments of adventure and heartbreak,
as well as moments of tears and laughter.
Countless noble tales have been spun around our campfire.
Such as Pathfinder, Dungeons and Dragons, Lancer, and Locust.
We travel anywhere and everywhere.
Exploring towering castles, desolate space stations, and haunted mansions.
We have a few rules if you decide to stay.
Treat each other with love, kindness, and acceptance.
We never judge on appearance, only on richness of character.
For as long as you ride with the caravan, you will never walk alone.
We work together to forge a better world for us, and for every traveler after we're gone.
So, take a seat, grab a drink, and listen to our tales.
When you're ready, we'll help you tell a tale of your own.
And welcome back. Where we left off, our intrepid crew had done their exploring of one of the work sites. Prometheus. Having tracked down a few names, a few leads to head to from here, all returned back to the visitor center. You had access to pampering, to food, to whatever amenities you might need, and then get some rest for the night. Is there anything that you would all like to do before getting some rest or first thing in the morning?
Yes.
Stop.
I would like to hack into the cameras if I can on the Athena.
Yeah. Roll your check. Yeah.
I'm specifically just wanting ones that either oversee her truck or where she might possibly, or like her living quarters. I just want to make sure she's not running, or if she's running, I want eyes on her.
You would definitely have access to the vehicle bay cameras. The vehicle that is specifically designated to her does look like it is in the shop.
Like in the shop to get repaired, or like in the shop parked?
Like parked.
Okay. Sorry, I'm so used to like it's in the shop, like it's getting repaired on.
Get that repair on.
And then I want to get some sort of like visual or record of what this Frost guy looks like. Mr. Henry.
There wouldn't really be any data on that.
Because he's high enough up that he can probably delete it himself. Great, I love that.
Yeah.
They wanted information if we thought it was their employees, right?
Yes.
Was that before or after we took care of it?
Preferably after.
Okay.
But once the situation's under control, they want to dole out the punishment themselves.
Okay. Yeah, if I can, like, go back through the cameras, watching her truck, I just want to see if I can pick up any oddities, any people that she seems really secretive with. Just see how expansive this might possibly be before we get there. Better yet, I'll have Alucard and I'll ask, you're not Willem, the one that didn't exist just a day ago.
Well, obviously, since you forget my
Xavier.
name all the time.
Because my brain automatically goes to Kyle. Like, no. Shadowhawk, no. It's still the wrong name.
Good old Savior.
Yes. If he minds, if his NFT...
If Persephone helps?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, no.
You know what? There's too many names to remember right now.
Well, it doesn't help that I have 2 of them. So.
It's been a very long day, okay? It's very hot out there on that planet side. I didn't drink enough water. I apologize.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep an eye out for anything unusual.
Okay. They like making connection boards. It'll be great in the morning.
Alright, so anything else?
Not for me.
Alrighty then.
Can I talk to my friend? And since the one guy had all those really weird timestamps, could I have him run an audit and have him send that to me?
Roll your charm. He's your friend, of course, but not a close enough friend that he might be willing to put his job at risk.
Dice don't fail me now. You failed me.
Dice kind of failed you.
I have points. Though. There's points to be had. Grant some luck to myself and hope for the best. Dice go!
This is
that
where
was a
rolling
19!
Dice comes into play.
Yep. Yeah, not quite willing to risk his position in the security office to help you out, though he is apologetic.
I tell him it's okay. I think to myself, what a bitch. But I don't say that. So it doesn't count. That's fine, I understand. I was just hopeful.
How dare you be hopeful?
I'll catch you for drinks later.
Hoping you might be nice.
Alright. Then following morning, early hours, you are all up. Your vehicle is out waiting for you. Mech's already loaded up. And you head out.
Yeah.
The station is a little further out than the last one was, taking you a good 6-ish hours of driving. Sorry, you had actually talked about not confronting her there, but catching her mid-route.
Oh, I guess we do need to discuss that. Just so we don't scare off anyone else that might be involved, was my thought. I don't know if anyone else has any other thoughts. Don't all speak at once, please.
No. Well, I don't exist, remember?
What?
Go ahead.
Now we're all going to be quiet again. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that. Catching her not well nearby, where she could have allies or escape plans already in place, and well, this planet being a large, barren rock for the most part, at least on the surface, seems advantageous to us in this respect.
Billion, you had a thought?
I was just thinking that even if we catch her unawares initially, I don't know that we can very well keep her, so she would still go and report to all of her little friends if she is indeed involved in this.
But at least then we could watch her.
This is also true. I'm not used to having an NHP. I don't think like that yet. Also, I don't believe gluttony would be good for that. Now, if I wanted a system shredded, he would probably be the right NHP to call. But that's not what we're doing.
Don't worry, we'll get him wrangled around. We'll have Persephone teach him a few tricks.
No, he I think he seems to be building himself off of NHPs that he consumes. Until he has a full personality suite, I don't think it is safe to introduce him to the other NHPs.
You take a bite out of Alucard.
He did.
Try to get him to give it back, and he's like, "It's mine now." And I went, "All right then."
Yep. Probably don't want that back after his omnigerms have been all over it.
Ew, omnigerms.
It's like going up to the really big, mean dog. It takes the toy, and you go, "Can I have it back?" It growls. You can keep that. That's fine. I'll buy a new one.
That's yours now.
Sorry, Malcolm. Find my chair. You have a dog bed.
Glad we had this talk. Good talk. Good talk,
All
man.
right. So, ambushing or meeting at Heritage?
Sounds like an ambush.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Still an ambush. I would also like a small. I don't know if tracking device is the right word, but I guess that works. Either tracking and like I want to hear what she's saying. My words are totally failing me today.
Do you have anything like that?
I would like to purchase one.
You have Alucard. If you can get him into the system.
Oh, I am not plugging Alucard into anything that one knows.
Nerdy.
Bad experience.
Yeah, it ate my HP.
That was insane.
Can Alucard make a copy of himself with a few smaller protocols that can do such things?
I was just thinking of like a little tiny bot thing that might possibly allow us to like hear.
A bug, if you will.
Bug.
Yes, thank you.
You could send her a drone.
Get out of here, Hooper. You're telling me there's mechs and there's no tiny little bugs?
There are. I just don't think that any of you have that equipment on you.
No, but we were told that we could get anything in these seats.
Yes, if you would like to officially have it on the record that you picked up spy equipment.
You know what? That's just rude, and I appreciate you reminding me, but it's still rude.
I mean, there is gear within the system of Lancer that can do what you're asking, I just don't think anyone has it.
No, I
Alright.
don't.
So I have a question.
Hmm?
With her enhanced tweet,
Hmm?
can she hack into the truck and have it tuned to relay to her?
It's less of a enhanced hacking device and more of it physically puts you into the OmniNet. So if
You can take your consciousness in the truck, what could go wrong?
if you could physically get to the truck, then yeah, you would be able to see each and every connection it has to the OmniNet.
That's still useful.
So
You're ambushing her in her truck.
So we just need to have a unplanned truck inspection, is what I'm hearing.
That could work.
I'd say have the bailer out, but I don't think that's a good idea.
I was just thinking, oh no, my mech's gone crazy. Guess you have to sit here and wait for it to do what it's doing.
Alright.
Which would be really, 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 really bad.
Yeah. Might draw a little more attention than you want.
No. Than they want. Leah doesn't care.
Okay, so what's the plan?
Yeah, doing that. Surprise inspection.
All right. So you hold off a bit, heading out at the point where she should be starting her daily route for the day. Planning to meet how far from Heritage would you like to meet her?
What do you guys think? Like 2 hours?
Would put her about a third of the way over to Prometheus.
Hour and a half? I don't know. Does anyone have an opinion?
Third of the way sounds good to me.
2 hours. Okay.
Yep.
All right. All of you driving your massive semi across the barren wasteland that is this planet, getting to that meetup point, and your not only the scanners in the truck, but your own individual scanners would tell you that your target is rapidly approaching.
All right. Well, since William and is the fastest of the frames, I suggest that, and the stealthiest of the frames, I suggest that he be ready in case Quarry tries to flee.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah. Just climb in the back, and for the first time in like the past 3 days ish, you were able to reunite with your beloved mech.
I mean, I guess also I am kind of more stealthy since I'm half size.
Yeah, you and the goblin both definitely the least intrusive to the eyes. Well, okay, goblin's pretty intrusive.
Let's be clear, the Atlas cannot be seen if it wants to not be seen.
One of you that can be invisible.
I actually can't be invisible anymore.
Right, you switched it out.
I did.
It's still faster than the
Let's
rest
go
of
home.
us.
I'm still faster than ever.
Definitely. All right.
Because I think you have a speed of
fast.
7?
Yeah.
Yeah, my speed is 7. Actually, it's 8.
The truck would start to approach and then slow on actually seeing you until it gets within radio contact range. You hear, "Hey, you lost out there?"
I imagine that we have like a little like setup, like people on this, like we've got our little flags, like flagging it down.
Okay.
I mean, we do look fairly official.
Yeah, other than being a massive ass semi parked in the middle of nowhere.
That's no, not entirely. If you could please just pull off to the side, we have a random inspection that we've been authorized to do.
Please.
It's pretty standard.
Please make a check for that.
We were authorized to check you guys.
I'm hacking your brain. Hacking fix. Hacking your brain with the words.
Can I use charm?
Sure. Very nice. Yeah, I went through inspections when I left the station. The hell are they doing random inspections out here for?
There have just been a couple of shipments that have like a box or two missing. So now they're just doing like
random.
Yeah, so now they're just doing like random inspections. Just here and there. You'll see us on the road a little more from now on, but
and
you know.
You wouldn't mind if I just radioed this into my supervisors real quick then?
I mean, go ahead. We have supervision from I'll fucking name drop someone.
Yeah.
But you know, if you feel like bringing your superior into this whole check, we can definitely then go check them out as well too. Otherwise, we can just do a quick little whoop whoop, and then we can get you on your way again.
Little whoop whoop.
Nothing says official like a whoop whoop.
True, it's true.
Yeah, the truck would pull closer and basically right up next to you. The individual inside dons the helmet of their hard suit, opens the hatch to the truck, and slides on out. Random inspections, huh?
Yeah, fun times.
Sure. It's all yours.
Really, we'll go up to, like, you know, shake her hand.
She is.
That I'm.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say, well, while she's doing that, I'm actually gonna. Xavier will actually go around the back of the truck and open her up.
Okay.
Really, I'm just trying to, like, I'll make small talk while also, like, okay, just to make sure, like, what is the cargo that you're currently carrying? How many are you supposed to have? You know, where you going to today?
Pull up the manifest and send it on over to you. Does not shake your hand.
Oh
And physical contact is a very easy way for someone to hack into your life.
Well, that's fine. She'll like hold out the hand real quick and then give a little shrug and.
Okay. Xavier's heading around to the back of the truck. Willem is posted up in your own truck in Mac. William, what you doing?
I was driving the truck, but I'm doing my best to keep an eye out for any, I guess, dust trails from approaching vehicles or anything on the radio that seems suspicious.
Absolutely.
Anything that seems like someone is coming over here that shouldn't be.
Xavier, and you open up the back of the truck with the code that was given to you. Takes a moment, and then you hear the clicking of the massive lock coming undone, and the massive sliding, like a garage-like door at the back of this truck is about a good 15 to 17 feet tall, and immediately starts shooting up. On the other side, you are met with this odd, like, pulsing sound, kind of like sonar sounds, and looking down the barrels of about 15 personal firearms, all pointed at your direction. One in the lead just puts a finger up to his lips, like, shush.
Too bad for him. I have an NHP who is fully capable of communicating without me telling them to communicate.
Your NHP is absolutely within the range of the EMP, but if you'd like to roll to fight through it, I would absolutely love you to.
Oh, a jammer?
Yeah. That's what that sonar pulsing sound is.
Sonar pulse. Ah, okay.
If you have a trigger that you feel applies.
No. I think we're just gonna. I think Persephone is just gonna, as I make eye contact with Persephone, because I can do that now. Persephone is basically gonna give me the look of like, no, it's not gonna happen, boss. Sorry.
Okay. You can still hear Aurelia and the driver, Dora, having a perfectly pleasant conversation. This individual that gave you the shushing sound takes a step towards you and kind of suggests that you step closer into the truck. Not grabbing you by the shirt or anything, but a gentle persuasion.
Okay. Sure, I'll climb into the back of the truck with him.
Alright, listen. I know you don't belong here. And if your friends do, whatever the hell you're searching for on this planet, I suggest you stop.
And why do you suggest that?
So you have no idea what you're doing. These people, the corporations, they don't give a shit. Whatever lives they gotta step on to make another couple million mana, they're gonna do it. This is just another day for them. It doesn't matter what gets destroyed, what gets ruined, who dies. None of it.
All right, I'm listening. I still haven't heard anything that's swaying my conscience. Because it seems to me that you feel the same, considering the number of deaths that have been caused by your little actions.
Yeah, things were, unfortunately, didn't always go to plan. But anyone that was injured, we took care of them. We sent paychecks off to their family. Anyone that died, we made sure the loved ones were taken care of. And it sucks. We can't do nothing. Never wanted to fight back against the system, ever?
All the time, on a regular basis, actually.
Then why are you working for them?
Well, that's always an interesting question. Why, other than the fact that you feel stepped on, are you working against them?
Me, everyone in this truck, Dora out there. We've all seen what happens when places like this run dry. Unfortunately, there's no one here for their lives to get ruined when the corporations decide to discard this place. If we can hit them at least once, hit them somewhere hard where it hurts. Call that a worthwhile goal?
You've already said that they don't care. They're willing to throw however much mana at it at a problem that they need to.
Yeah. But when this place stops providing power to everywhere that it does, and they lose all the money that this place rakes in, it's gonna hurt, even if it's just for a little bit.
Hmm. And how many of your fellow folk who aren't in this truck and who aren't standing outside this truck that's being driven, how many of them are you willing to sacrifice to make the corporation hurt briefly?
I don't want to sacrifice anybody. I know you were looking into the explosion. That wasn't supposed to happen. Whatever interference they had caused the detonator to go off early. It was supposed to be far, far out of the station before it went off.
Hmm. But if it was supposed to be far, far out of the station before it went off, because I'm assuming the target was the trucks themselves? Why weren't they rigged to blow up as soon as they left Heritage?
That still would have been too close. They still would have had human drivers. Once it leaves planet, that's an AI-driven vehicle. No one gets hurt.
Aha.
Look, you don't have to agree with what we're doing. We damn well need you to stop looking into it. We need you to tell them that there's nothing here. Get the fuck off our planet.
But you're not even from here.
Does
You
it
were brought
matter?
here by the corporation.
Yeah, I don't have a home anymore thanks to them. None of us do.
So when they... Your logic makes very little sense to me in this respect, because you're telling me that you want them to stop doing what they're doing, yet you're willing to go from place to place with them right now. I'm assuming you're originally from some world that they started on?
Yes. They're not picky about who they hire.
But they pay you.
Yeah?
Other than paying you, do you want for anything while you're in their employment?
What are you getting at?
What I'm getting at is I know that no corporation is perfect, but it seems to me that You lots are... Well, you're fighting a fight that, A, you can't win. You seem to just want to be martyrs, and you seem to want to just throw yourselves away.
What's wrong with being a martyr?
Well, unless you have someone to remember you as a martyr, you die. That's about it.
This place shuts down. Even for a bit, they lose a couple billion mana. Someone's going to look into it.
Oh, you mean like they're not already? Like the reason we're not here?
I said, you don't have to agree with what we're doing.
Who do you want to look into it? Who do you want to look into what's going on here?
Someone who gives a damn about making change. Clearly not you.
And who do you think there is that is going to give a damn about making change? Do you have an idea of someone? Do you know of some group or person from the Omninet who seems to want to espouse change and bring about it?
We're not the only ones. No, there's no faction like that strong enough to physically make a difference now, but there could be. And as long as people keep saying that, no, that doesn't exist, you can't make change, nah, nothing's gonna happen.
And what if that faction told you that you weren't allowed to harm innocents anymore in any form or fashion?
Good.
What would you say?
Our goal's never been to harm people.
Mm-hmm. But your goal is to harm the corporation. Do you know where the automated trucks go? Do you know where the supplies that come from here go?
Of course we do. Better than anyone.
Well, where did they go? What did they supply?
He would proceed to give you the list of planets, destinations, space stations, where 99% of these supplies go. Information that Andrew does not immediately have on hand.
That's fine. That's fine. Basically,
what do you mean? How do you not have that?
Yeah, how do you not have this? Come on. Jeez, what kind of GM are you? Not a professional. No, basically what Xavier's trying to drive at is, is it nothing but like, are the supplies and everything from this place being used to just go to new corporate places to provide nothing but additional mana production? Are they going to, is anything that's produced here being used for, I don't know, humanitarian purposes, stuff like that, things that
some of it, yeah.
this to shut down, causing this place to shut down even briefly would, perhaps cause heartache and perhaps even harm people who have no choice in the matter?
Yeah, there's, with the dozens of different places that the materials and power that this place supplies to, yeah, absolutely. There'd be tons of different factions.
Okay, at this point, I would like to, Xavier, I would like to make it very clear to this man that the way they're going about things right now is absolutely foolish, absolutely stupid, and all it's going to do is end up getting them and their friends dead, and then who's going to take care of their families, like they did for the men who accidentally got harmed.
If you feel like you have a trigger here?
Oh, I absolutely do. I'm going to use take control.
Please do.
Use force, violence, presence of will, or direct action to take control of something. I am rolling to take control of this situation.
Heck yeah. Yeah, 19. All right then.
And then
What would you do?
And then I'm going to make it. what I would do is I would wait, cease and desist with your actions, and we will, well, we'll make the corporation stop looking into it. But when the time comes and you will know, you're going to be joining me. And with that, I actually just step out of the back of the truck.
Okay.
Bye.
Aurelia, by this point, you kind of reached that awkward point where you're past small talk and she's just standing there waiting. Finally, Xavier comes back from around the truck, starts headed your way.
She's all clear. You can let her go. Everything checks out.
See? Nothing to worry about. Your surprise inspection.
I mean, as we hoped. So, again, have a wonderful day.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll do the 2-finger whistle at Quillian and have him make the motion for him to move the truck.
I move the truck.
She'll hop back in, look at you, Xavier, just kind of give you a stare down for a few seconds.
I kind of give her the look and like tap the side of my nose, like, keep your nose clean kind of look.
I'm watching you, Zowski.
Aurelia, not knowing any of this, can she do a quick scan as boop, boop, boop. Dora is getting in the truck and going to leave?
Sure. What are you looking for?
I mean, like a quick hack scan. Like, meow.
Hack scan as... What's the goal?
I don't know, Hooper. I'm making shit up on the fly, man. Work with me.
Sure. You do a quick hack scan.
Sweet, thank you.
Perfect. And, yeah, she loads back up in the truck and drives off.
A hack scan. It's where you hack into the system, see where all the networking goes, and what the end users are, and all the shit on their devices.
You see what OS they're using. Using Linux.
Or like
gross.
logging in search histories.
just hope that it's a version of the OS that there's actually a backdoor into.
God, she's
like McDonald's and their free Wi-Fi.
She's a Mac user. Oh, gross.
Oh.
That's horrible.
Say those words.
It's as bad as an iPhone.
But yeah, you'd see the truck drive off.
And at that point, I'm gonna Persephone, would you ask Alucard to ask Aurelia if she has the ability to jam communications out this far from us being intercepted while we have a little powwow in the truck?
He records the message and just feeds it through Alucard and then through Alucard into your own headset, Aurelia.
Some days I just picture Alucard as like a little fucking slime.
To the left.
What? You're super duper soft. Hello?
Yeah, I said nothing. It's nothing. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Do I have that ability?
I would say that between all of the NHPs you have, that wouldn't be too difficult.
I mean, if need be, I can start up the goblin too and just have a little.
That too, yeah. You'd officially be in dead zone.
Okay, I think we're there.
All right. So, I was staring down probably at least 15, maybe close to 20 anti-personnel weapons. However, the person I spoke to, don't know if they're this Y Frost or not. It's a very real possibility, considering the amount of firepower that was in the back of that vehicle, and the fact that they had an EMP, which is why I wasn't able to communicate anything directly to you at the time. They want to hurt the corporation. They feel that the corporation that's running this planet is going to drain it dry and then leave, and it just so happens that this planet happens to luckily be uninhabitable to begin with. Whereas at least the person I talked to, perhaps a few others, come from planets where the corporation has done this before that were habitable, and then they went to work for the corporation, and, well, they've just kind of become more or less a form of indentured servitude, although they are paid well and provided for while they're on planet. They really don't have any choice but to work for the corporation. However, I was able to bring about the fact that their form of guerrilla warfare against the corporation is not going to hurt the corporation. It maybe cause a minor inconvenience at the cost of their lives and the livelihoods of their families, as well as the lives of those who could be hurt by lack of sudden supplies off-world, but that's neither here nor there. So, they are going to no longer, at least for the next little while, there will be no more attacks. And we will chalk it up to outside source. Well, you know, the Baylor eats everything, so there doesn't even have to be any wreckage to be found. Just, you know, discharge of weapons, a bit of, you know, fire here, fire there, and a bit of this and a bit of that, and, well, we can make it believable. But, we're going to have to find out if Winter's Corps is anything like this corporation. And if it is, if the truth of the matter is that Winter's Corp runs places worse than this, as we are led to believe, planets where they don't take care of their workers and they don't take them with them when they ravage a world, or there are in fact ships where they use basic slave labor to produce goods and that, then, well, I think we might have to become what these people are looking for, and what, God, I hate to say it, but what that damn captain was talking about. But we need to find out what's real and what's not first. But these people have, well, they've said that they're not going to do any further actions for now. I've asked them to give me a few months, and as long as I don't hear anything from it, they know I won't come looking for them, but they also know that if I hear anything, I'm coming back, and it's not going to be pretty.
And you believe them?
Well, generally, folk who are willing to lay down their lives tend to have, for their beliefs, tend to have very little need or want for subterfuge or dishonesty. They honestly, genuinely just want someone to step in and tell the corporations that how they're running things is wrong, and to give people like them and like some of the other disheartened souls, like the ones we saw on the last planet we were on, who some of them, yes, were in fact criminals, but can you really tell me that some of the people that you saw, especially the very young ones, were criminals? How can you be born a criminal? You can be born a noble. Most of us know that. But that can be taken away. Can't really be born a criminal, but it seems that you can be labeled as one whenever they want. And then you can't get rid of that label.
You're born a criminal by being born to criminals, is how that tends to work out.
Exactly, but what makes a criminal if it's somebody who has the ability to just write on a piece of paper that this person decided not to do X that I said they are supposed to do, and now I brand them a criminal?
I'm not arguing with any of that. You asked how people are born criminals. That's
I
how
know,
people are born criminals.
I know, my brain is full of much right now, and I don't know where the answers are, and I hardly know where to look for them, but
Let's not make any decisions tonight. Hopefully they don't do anything while we're here, and if they do, we know that they're not true to their word.
exactly.
We still have one more day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what happens. For now, why don't we go to Athena? Nope. Yes. We're near Athena, right? That's the one we're near?
Near Heritage.
Heritage.
Heritage. Goddamn. For now, let's go to Heritage. See if other people feel this sort of see how big the issue really is.
Agreed.
They do get a mighty paycheck working here.
They do. They do.
But
You'd make it
money doesn't.
to Heritage. Now, past midday by the time you get there. Be let in, of course, with your passes. Getting into the actual vehicle bay, place large enough for you to park your semi-truck. On stepping out, you'll receive a hailing on your private comms. Recognize the ID as one of the associates that you'd met with that gave you this job.
Okay.
Like to answer?
I mean, we have no reason not to.
Pretty much.
Alright. As soon as you accept the communications, you hear the voice. Well, hello, hope your investigation's going well. Just, you, questions regarding your activity here. We noticed a few hours ago that you drove out into the middle of a shipping lane. Any particular reason we clocked you as being out there for so long?
That's where we stopped the truck, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have no excuse.
A little difficulty with the vehicle. Had to speak a thing or two. As Lancer pilots, we are also decent enough in mechanics, so a hose popped out of the radiator. Just tightened that back up. Made sure everything was good.
Which is part of the reason we're at Heritage Station now, is we're here to have it looked over by professional mechanics as opposed to, well, those of us who are capable of doing such things in the field.
Rude.
And you didn't meet with anyone out there then?
Well, a truck did come by on their way to one of the other stations and asked us if we needed a hand.
Yeah, if you would all collectively like to roll for this.
No, I'd like to pass. Thanks.
I don't know if any of you have triggers on lying.
Stay cool?
Yeah, stay cool. That's fine.
What do you have in Stay Cool?
A 2?
Why can't you have something higher than 2?
Because I put it all and get a hold of something.
Yeah, I know.
Well, all three of you can roll.
I miss the faces, and I can't punch them.
This is true.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he just said that it was a group thing, so,
Other than Willem, who is totally clear of all crime.
Hey. Technically, I was just the driver.
Watch Willem immediately get promoted, because the rest of you die.
I can't die. I have the Baylor.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I'm not really good at the one thing I could use, presence of will. I'm not really good at bending the will of somebody I'm just communicating with over radio waves.
Yeah.
Oh, so I guess it's just a straight D20 roll.
Got a 14 so far. And a 15. Aurelia?
oh, fine. All I have is stay cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a +2 in it?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Would you like a 10?
Nah.
Okay.
We roll the dice.
Well, I'm tempted to do an emotional damage. But
Send secret pictures of him without his hair, because you know that he's secretly bald.
well, not just like, listen, like
Make
you
memes
hired
of
us
the
from
toupee.
Horus, from this contact to do a job. So perhaps you should get out of our asses and allow us to do our motherfucking job.
Would
when
you like
we have
to...
information, no. When we have information, we will give information to you. I do not like being policed like this. And
It stems my natural creativity.
Shove it up your ass. I'm re-rolling that.
You're a fuck. Rolls really low. I'd like to take that back, please.
I grandluck to myself.
Yeah.
Much
Yeah.
better.
Oh, that was almost a 2 again.
Yes. See, we just have to make sure that while you're here, you stay safe. And parking in the middle of potentially dangerous supply routes, not exactly safe.
You do realize there's a reason we have the truck size we have, right?
We are Lancer pilots. We are more than capable of keeping safe.
It doesn't help too much if you fall into a empty mine and get buried many miles under the surface of the planet.
Well, then perhaps you should have safer roads.
We do. You deviated from them.
Just to inform you, my mech is comprised of many nanites. They can eat almost anything.
And I
assure
can
you will be
fly.
fine.
And I
Very
can
well.
dine back, but you don't want to know about that.
We appreciate your concern. However, you do not need to be a helicopter mother.
Ouch.
No response on the other side. The line just cut. Xavier, it's an odd scenario that plays out in your mind right now of what is happening where you all seem to have gotten away with this. The line is cut. Everyone is content with the conversation. You also see a scenario where they didn't buy it, where they've sent someone to investigate. They're telling you to stay put, and they're sending armed security your way. Both scenarios playing out simultaneously, both equally possible. Though, obviously yours is the one where you're fine.
I shake my head at it and just like try to, shake the other timeline from my brain.
It does eventually fade. Maybe leaving just a little bit of a headache just in that one spot. But seem to be flying under the radar for the moment. I'm going to fill in one more spot in the clock. Would you?
Great success.
Yeah. It could have filled in the rest of the clock if it had gone poorly.
Time's up. Your ass is grass. Oh no.
What would you like to look into while you're here?
I think the idea is we're here to just ask around and kind of see what maybe we'll take stock of things in the way of, what do you feel about the attacks on this and the other stations, and what do you feel the cause of it may be, and asking in a very like, how does the corporation treat you like crap, more like how do you feel about this, these what the corporation is calling terror attacks, but from the other side might be, because it all depends on which side you're leaning on. Some sides see it as terror and other sides see it as liberation.
Yeah. Especially here while you're in the garage, you get an array of answers from I don't really care, I'm trying to work, to assuming that it was some faulty machinery, some faulty construction. This place is kind of running at 110% 24/7, so things are bound to break. It's just gonna happen. No one really seems to want to give you the other side of that coin, where anyone thinks that, yeah, it's a terrorist attack, or yeah, down with the system.
Oh, obviously. Can we also just make sure to have someone look at the radiator hose, please?
Does Aurelia know what a radiator hose is?
You know what? William said that it broke, and Aurelia would like to make sure we follow through with that story.
I picture a scene where Aurelia like points to the part of the truck where she thinks it is, and Quillian just gently grabs her hand and points it to the proper location.
Yep, just take the finger, move it over.
What is a hose doing there? It's so inefficient.
No, it takes the coolant from the radiator to the thermostat to regulate temperature.
Just tell the NFT to cool it down.
NHP.
Shit, whatever.
The NFT.
Yeah, that's right.
Grabs the picture. Cool down the truck. See why this doesn't work?
It's hot out here. I need more water.
It is hot out here. That's why we need the radiator hose.
Yeah, they. Go ahead.
Sorry,
go ahead.
I would say I like to use just word on the street.
Sure.
And I don't really want to talk to anyone. I just kind of want to walk around. Do my best to do a little blending in.
Sure.
Just kind of like sit down somewhere inconspicuous and just like listen to people talk for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There would certainly be some chatter about the guests that are here on station, though clearly none of them actually know who you are. It was more that the word was spread that there are visiting guests of some high importance. They must be, because they've been given clearance to just drive around. No one knows entirely why you're here, but there's speculation. Are you listening for anything specifically, or just idle banter?
Listen to see if anyone talks about the fact that like maybe so and so isn't here, or so and so went to do the thing, or just any sort of unhappiness in general. Like, I've put in a request for this piece or time off, or just unhappiness. I'd like to listen for that.
Not really unhappiness. You get kind of resigned apathy from a lot of people. Like, this is just how things are, and they're just part of the system. They're just a cog in the machine.
Alright.
As long as they get paid, they're gonna keep working.
But little Miss Dora was passed up for a promotion.
They're continuously demoted. It's kind of the chicken and the egg situation of refuses to keep her mouth shut about things, passed up for promotion, refuses to stop bad-mouthing supervisors, demoted. They kind of just go hand in hand.
We have no idea who the other 16 people would be.
No?
Any way that I can get into I'm assuming that the cameras would not show 16 people getting into the back of her truck.
No, it was being loaded with supplies.
Of course. Aurelia would come back. She's good to head back.
Okay. Anyone else?
No, actually, if anything, Xavier's just gonna stay like close to the truck and have some in his own brain time.
Which brain?
Yes.
This one, yesterday's, or tomorrow's?
They're all talking to each other.
All simultaneously existing.
It's a group chat.
Yeah.
When all the multiple personalities get together to have a conversation about what they're going to do.
All right.
What Pathfinder character knew about that?
Yeah. The drive back would be.
Wait, I didn't get to go.
Oh, sorry.
I'd like to talk to the mechanics about, just idle chat, the vehicles that came through, the sort of things that they're carrying, the weird maintenance things that they had to do that are really off for this area, and just sort of like a little info gather. Like, yeah, we've been having to replace more tires recently. That implies that they're all going off-road to somewhere strange, right?
Tires so much. They have had
I'm
more
just, like, as an example.
mining equipment has been going through some more wear and tear. You know that it's probably due to sabotage, but officially it's just they're hitting, patches of solid rock that they have to blast through, and it's causing damage. Anything odd that they mention, you could probably chalk up to some form of sabotage or another.
All right. I'll let it go.
Okay. Anything else before I accidentally skip someone else?
No.
All right. Now, the drive back would be fairly uneventful. So you reach maybe 20 minutes away from the visitor station when, again, that same caller ID would show up on all of your OmniNet cell phones. Would you like to answer?
Just annoying.
I answer.
Yes, hello. Sorry for the continued intrusions, but wanted to inform you that your expertise, we'll say, is no longer required. Your work has been exemplary, that's the word.
Yep.
The vehicle that stopped to meet you, we followed along the path, inspected the destination that they reached, and found quite a lot of contraband, as well as individuals that were at the incorrect duty stations. They've been brought in for questioning. I imagine that it won't be long before they start talking. So whatever you may have actually been doing on your road to your pit stop, I thank you.
Welcome.
Trust me when I say that me and my partners have found your techniques to be unusual, perhaps a bit invasive. But whatever you did scared them out of their little holes, brought them into action, made them reckless. I apologize for doubting you.
We do our best to ensure that our clients receive what they pay for.
And we will be reporting back to our mutual associates that you did the job above and beyond, and that we are very happy with your services. Please enjoy the rest of your stay. It is on the house. We look forward to speaking with you again.
We'll call it a day.
The line would go dead.
Guys!
Are we the bad guys?
actually, we
we
didn't
gave
really
him.
do anything. Not really. I'll gather the group. I'll take. You know what? How to say this? Sorry. I gather the group. We should really offload our mechs from the truck, as our services are no longer required, and we will talk about it then.
Would you like to put up that cone of dead zone?
Well, I'm trying to get down to the mech, so really it can kickstart the goblin.
Perfect.
Agreed.
That's why I had to work on my phrasing. It's like, how do I say this in a way that's not super suspicious?
You're still about 20 minutes out of the visitor center.
Well, considering that they were tracking our dead zone last time.
I mean, they have, like, you know, satellite imaging where they can see where you're going, but they would have absolutely no way of seeing inside your truck, hearing your radio signals, anything like that.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll make the same dead zone.
So, Xavier, your friends, did something stupid, and they got found out, and we've been touted as having done a fantastic job in flushing out their opposition, and the corporation is very happy with us. And our job here is done. That was the phone call.
All right. I think I'm going to need to get very, very drunk tonight. Lynn, just so you know.
I have a guy.
You have the I know a guy trigger.
I am the guy trigger.
Well, you are, at least for the moment, it sounds temporarily stopped while you're having this conversation.
Oh, I thought we were back at the visitor station.
Oh, you are a good
to have this conversation.
15 minutes of a drive left.
Oh, okay.
We could certainly say that you made it the rest of the drive, got out, and are now having this conversation.
Yes, please. That's less suspicious.
Absolutely. Still, that radio dead zone where even if they were trying to pick up your conversation, they couldn't.
Because hacker woman.
Yeah.
And if they ask us about it, well, it's just, you know, it's how
one of the quirks of the goblin.
That's one of our Lance operating procedures. It's just we forget that it's on, and we forget to turn it off.
Yeah, absolutely.
In order for us to run
it's for nosy little pricks to stay out of my fucking business.
So I'm saying, in order for us to run an efficient lance, we operate under certain conditions that allow no outside information in or out.
Yeah.
This allows us to make plans and keep everything safe.
100%.
Beautiful, diplomatic. Keep their noses out of my fucking business.
So?
Napoleon did grope a noble, and then said, fuck that shit. Blow shit up.
Well, you have your moment of privacy. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
So, I guess they said they would report back to our, and he throws up the finger quotes, employer. So I guess there's no reports that need to be made.
Not that Horace wouldn't appreciate your side of the events.
Yeah, we got drunk as shit. We went down, checked out this place, got some names, talked to them, let them go, and then they got found out. Looks great on our resume.
If you word it like that.
Aurelia will just kind of look to the side, look back. I may have already reached out to ask a question, so we'll see if he responds.
Oh, a fun question.
Perhaps I asked them how much they liked this corporation.
William just gets a shit-eating grin, knowing that just means random chaos.
We'll see.
Yeah.
If they are trying to perhaps steer the corporation into better practices, then Winter's Corp. If what we've seen is true, or what we've been told rather is true, then I feel like that is a. We can't bite off too much at once. We only have one Baylor to eat.
Yeah.
He sighs, and we also have to keep our heads down until our shit.
Well, even beyond that, we need more information in general. But let's enjoy the last day or two.
You have the rest of today and tomorrow.
Let's day and a half. Take advantage of it since they're now covering it instead of Horace.
Absolutely. Speaking of Horace.
Oh, yes.
It'd be maybe an hour into returning back to the visitor center where you'd see that there is a message in your recycle bin.
Our favorite.
Yet, if I can go to one of those completely blocked off rooms.
Absolutely. It's
I will listen to it.
very, very short message. It says, use your best judgment. And attached is a file, a fairly massive file, which, with your enhancement suite, absolutely looks like this burning refuse of a file that is quite possibly the biggest virus that you have ever personally dealt with.
Did he give me a bomb?
A digital bomb, but yeah. Yeah.
It's a logic bomb. Once they get going, it's over. That whole system is fucked.
Considering how much this Horus individual, your contact, how little trust they had in your corporation and how much disdain they had for their actions, doesn't seem like they have any love for the actions going on here. And perhaps chose the four of you to come here for a reason.
Can I just say this? Player to other players. I say we get our ship, we just fucking work for Horus.
I'm not disagreeing.
We can discuss this.
That's why I said players to players. This is now a discussion. Let's work for Horus.
But
burn down this cyberpunk mega corporation.
yeah, you have
Um,
possibly the most dangerous, most radioactive virus that has ever been in your possession.
Our Lancer squad?
God, she really fucking fights to not like peek inside and dissect it.
Do it. Use it.
Poke the bomb.
No, there's a difference between using it and poking it.
Don't let Alucard near.
Can I tell if there's like like a slow input?
Oh, once this is set, I mean, there's some pretty clear instructions that you could pick up as like a preliminary scan. It is set somewhere that it's not going to be found. Get out of the way, and it does the rest.
I just don't want it to be linked back to us leaving.
No.
Which, I mean,
Horace would have, way more consideration than that.
Okay.
I mean, it could have a timestamp on it, so whatever computer it gets stuck into, whenever the date and time hits whatever it's set to, it just goes. If someone finds it early, it just, blows up.
It also said to use your best judgment, whatever that may be.
I mean, yeah.
You have a friend in security.
That's what I was thinking, but I feel so bad.
Poor guy.
Yeah, I don't want it to come down on
I have a friend in security.
Not for long.
The whole place is getting burned to the ground.
I mean, I imagine that there's a variety of places that they could place it, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't want anyone to get implicated in anything, if at all possible.
Yeah, no, you are absolutely fine. You are a tech expert. You are a wizard of the technical variety. It is no problem for you.
If at all possible, to either add on after things are going haywire, just to see if the people that got caught can Vominos, or
Without your direct interference, they're probably not going to make it out of here alive. Or not, in prison.
Yeah. They just would have went about their motherfucking jobs, they wouldn't have gotten caught.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately.
They made their choice, and they picked wrong.
There were just too many signals pointing to the corporation starting to get wise.
Yeah, I really would like to help them, but I just don't. I don't see how it's possible.
Yeah, because direct Lancer action definitely going to point back to us.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh, there's so many teams outfit just like ours.
Two of you have very inconspicuous mechs. One of you can travel through time.
One of us is a Baylor.
Any of that.
There are underground tunnels where vast majority of the electrical and fluid processing goes through.
And we have nowhere to even take them, though. We are not set up to be a rescue mission.
Yeah,
not so much.
Yeah, because we didn't even get here on Winter's corporation ship. We got here else. We got here on a different transport. We don't even have
maybe fit 10 people.
That's another thing. The ship, we won't have our ship if we do this.
Yeah,
Right
no.
now, we lose our ship.
Unfortunately, I don't. Like the note said, we got to be careful.
All right.
Can't solve all the problems right away.
So, do we kind of want to wait till our ship at least is retrofitted, or?
Well, I think.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Well, what were you?
I was about to say, from what I understand from the conversation, the info bomb that Horace has given us is in no way capable of being tied back to us. But if we were to try to rescue the people who just got pinched, that could absolutely be tied back to us, in which case we would lose our ship. But the info bomb going off will not be tied to us.
Right. That's true.
Just to play devil's advocate for a moment, if those individuals look like they were dead, what would be tied back to you? Something out there.
Time wizard.
Wait, what? If they're made to look like they're dead?
Yeah, if it looks like punishment was enacted, if it looks like they were sold off onto transport ships or executed for treason, if those individuals looked like they were dealt with, then what would there be to investigate?
I.e., hack into their system, check the box that says.
We still have our credentials, do we not?
You do.
I don't.
We could have them transferred to a Winter's Corp penal colony ship.
Ooh,
by the name of, I give the designation of our soon-to-be vessel. It's not our fault that by the time they arrive at said Winter's Corp penal ship, that the Winter's Corps has decided that that is no longer a penal ship and is in fact been turned over to one of their Lancer teams. How awkward.
The spider webs of conspiracy that flow from all of you.
Oh, and don't forget, Hoop. I started my own paramilitary spy group within the Winter's Corps.
Mm-hmm. It's funny to plant just like the smallest seed of an idea and watch you guys just spread it. Well, at the very least, you would be able to get a rest tonight. If there's anything you'd like to do before resting, now would be your opportunity.
I really will just send back what happened to Horace.
What happened?
Like a debrief.
Oh, like your own reports.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, she won't send it. She'll put it in the trash can.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I do feel like you may all want some time to solidify and discuss this plan of yours.
Absolutely.
I'm still on the fence.
Yeah. That is absolutely something that you all can talk about in between sessions. As I will give you all the last chance if there's anything you would like to do. Alright. Then with that, we are hitting that 5 o'clock mark. And I feel like that is a fantastic place for us to put a pin in it for now. Give you all the ability to formulate, to make sure you're all on the same page, and figure out what you want to do next. As I play the proper music. So, with that in mind, thank you all for being here, for watching us, for supporting our streams. We literally can't do this without you. Thank you to my lovely cast here tonight. I do want to go down the line one more time, give all of you a chance to say who you are, and if you're working on projects people can check out, where they can check them out. Starting from screen right to screen left with Tessa.
I am Tessa. You can find me on Twitter at BeetleBoopPins. You can also find me on Etsy at BeetleBoop Studios. I make geek jewelry and plushies and pins and doing my best. You can also find me on our Discord, in which I am the community manager and your scheduler and your poster maker and your token
Herder
maker
of cats.
and herder of cats. That's a good title. You can also find me on the not Saturday morning stream for a while because we're on hiatus. And you can find me here on Sundays in the morning. Wait, afternoon. I know what time it is.
I mean, you're usually here in the morning too.
Hell's bells over to Quillian.
Zach.
I'm Zach. Still making a character for the Pathfinder game that's on hiatus. If you don't know about that, you should watch the VOD. It was a bad time.
It was a great time.
Very heartfelt.
It was.
As always, here on Lancer Sunday. And starting next month, we will be switching over from V Rising to some Valheim for our Discord game server. So if that's something of interest, come over, join us for some good times.
Heck yeah. Alright, moving on down to Kyle.
Hey everybody, it's Shadowhawk, as I am known about the interwebs. You can find me at my title spelled that way. If it's spelled that way, it's probably me, and if it's not, well, let me know who they are so I can go find them. But you can find me around the Discord page, the Discord server, where I like to hang out. I play in a lot of one-shots. Actually, upcoming here in July, I will be running a one-shot towards the end of the month. I'll be running Cyberpunk Red. So if you want to have a chance to get in on that game, you need to get your July one-shot requests in soon, because that is closing up quickly.
Yeah.
I can be found here Sunday afternoons with the Afternoon Lancer group, of course. And yeah, that's really about all for me right now.
Heck yeah. And then move on over to Jeff.
I am Jeff at the Beardo on Twitter. I don't really have much projects other than participating in one-shots and this beautiful, beautiful Lancer game every Sunday. Yeah, that's all I got, unfortunately. That's all. Me no have projects.
Yet.
I'm just enjoying stuff.
Yet.
No. That's the best project.
Yeah.
Alright, so of course, I'm Andrew, your Game Master for the evening, and for most evenings, but not next month, because we haven't just a buttload of guest DMs. You, in fact, will very rarely see my face outside of Lancer Sunday. Which,
You don't see your face.
But you don't see my face? Well, you do in the morning.
Yeah, but the morning group's weird.
They deal with,
Those
like,
Necromancer.
feelings and stuff. It's weird. We don't know. We don't claim them.
Emotions?
Feelings. We'll go with that.
Yes, absolutely come sign up, come hang out on our Discord. We love having new people, and it's a pretty dang good community. Other than that, people over at Route 6D6 are currently live. A fantastic bunch of nerds. So I'm going to throw a raid over to them.
Do it.
Just as soon as I wish you all a goodbye, a good night, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Ciao.
Later, folks.